all red today because this is a red alert. The 2022 United Way Suncoast Community Investment Grant Application Period closes on December 15th, 2021. Here to tell us more is United Way Suncoast Senior Director of Investments and Partnership Strategies, Josh Dunn. Welcome to Suncoast Snapshot, Josh.
Hey, thanks, Ernest. Thanks for having me on.
Glad you're here. So tell us, what is the United Way Suncoast Community Investment Process?
So the community investment process at United Way Suncoast is a grant program where we invest in programs serving the Alice families of Suncoast region in the areas of early learning, youth success, and financial stability. When we talk about early learning, we're talking about kindergarten readiness and children being able to read on grade level by third grade. Our financial stability focus is on getting people to work and building their wealth, their assets, and getting them trained to find jobs with living wages to help them sustain their families. Our youth success programs are aimed at keeping students in school on track to an on-time graduation for a post-secondary successful trajectory, whichever they choose, but keeping those students aligned and motivated through that graduation period. Mm-hmm. What's exciting about this year's grant process is that we have transitioned from a 1-year grant to a 3-year grant. So all programs that are applying for funding can receive funding all the way through the end of June 2025.
When we talk about the grants, how much money are we talking about, Josh?
Giving is always dependent on our fundraising and our ability to develop those funds, but we expect to give over the 3 years about $20 million. In our last fiscal year, so that was starting July 1st of 2020, going through June 30th of 2021, we gave about $6 million to over 80 programs across our 5-county region.
Now that is impressive, and I'm sure the 3-year grant will allow the nonprofits to do even more with that funding. So I mentioned that December 15th is a key date. What are some other key dates?
So December 15th is the big one. So that is when our pre-application or letter of intent phase closes, where our programs will submit the basic information of what they propose to do over 3 years. By January 24th, we'll be notifying all the organizations who applied whether or not they're moving on to the next phase. The next phase is a full proposal where they will go into more detail about who they're working with, why they believe their program is successful, and what that vision really is for community transformation over 3 years. The great news is that all the information about that proposal stage is already available on our website, so people can look now to see exactly what type of information we'll be asking in that proposal phase. That window to submit your proposal will end on February 8th. And so February 8th begins a little bit of the waiting period. We will be announcing the awarded organizations in June of 2022 for funding to start on July 1st of that year.
So I think it's important to note that December 15th deadline, that's not your entire proposal. That's just the kind of the initial process.
Absolutely. It should be we've designed it to be an easy lift. We want to make sure that both the programs who are applying and us, that we're aligned before we ask anybody to really dig in and provide a lot of that heavy details. We want to make sure that our process is streamlined and equitable.
Any other important notes about this process that you want to share?
So I mentioned the total amount of money that we intend to be giving out over 3 years. And what I've been instructing our applicants is that we anticipate giving out gifts that would be between $30,000 to $150,000 a year, with the average award probably being around $50,000 or $60,000 a year. So that's important to note as you're thinking about crafting your proposal. I would also add that we're really striving to be our best United Way. Historically, there has been some connotations of you can only work with United Way if you're an approved agency, and once you're in the clique, you're in and no one else can break in. And I would just like to say that we welcome applicants from all of our counties, everywhere from Tarpon Springs all the way down to Arcadia and DeSoto County. We want to see a diversity of programs, a diversity of approaches to solving the problems that we put out there. We know that it's not going to take 100 tutoring programs to get children reading on grade level. It takes a lot of different interventions to get that student to the place they need to be. So I want to encourage everyone to think broadly about a United Way Suncoast partnership. We welcome your creativity and your diversity, and we're leaving a little bit of that opaqueness in the past. And I would say that we are embracing our regionality as well. So I mentioned Arcadia and DeSoto. One new thing about our funding process is that we are funding financial stability programs in DeSoto County. We hadn't done that previously. So these are programs that, again, are workforce development or asset development. So we're doing all sorts of things all over the region, but I want to, just highlight that we've expanded that financial stability in DeSoto County, and we are welcoming new partners as well as embracing our current partners who are doing great work.
Yeah. So in summation, to paraphrase Hamilton, if you're a nonprofit whose mission aligns with ours, you need to take your shot. All right. Thank you so much, Josh, for being here. And to learn more about the community investment process, please visit uwsuncoast.org. Hover over the What We Do tab and look for 2022-2025 Community Investment Process. If you have additional questions, you can email communityinvestments@uwsuncoast.org. To support this or any other United Way Suncoast mission, please text UWS RISE to 41444. And as always, remember, United we rise,
United we win.
United we win, yes!